Hi Pisces, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly horoscope for the month of August. We've had a very intense summer with 3 eclipses and a lot of change and departure and critical decisions in a very short period of time. And now we're out of eclipse season, but we have a lot to work with in the month of August because Mars is in the cardinal fire sign of Aries, where it's been since June 20th, and it's transiting in your house of money and income and what you value, and it will remain there until January 6th of next year. But it's going to retrograde from September 9th until November 13th. So it's critical to make as much of Mars still direct in the month of August to get things going and take micro steps to launch things, because when Mars is retrograde, especially in the sign it rules, it can be very frustrating, and it's going to clash with all the planets in Capricorn, which also are planets of restriction or sign of restriction. So we need to work with what we've got. So on the 1st of August, transiting Mercury in Cancer, in your house of romance and creativity, where it's been since the end of May, forms an opposition to Pluto. And Pluto falls right now in your 11th house of friends and groups, and that's where all of this Capricorn tale has been for you, of restructuring and repair and renovation around social media. Perhaps you're marketing yourself and you're looking for a job and you're raising your social media presence, or you're dealing with getting involved with organizations or community. That's where a lot of the restructuring for you is, and maybe you're taking classes or learning. It's a great time for networking with that energy, but that is not a day to network in particular, but we are working with that story. And on the 3rd of August, we have a full moon in Aquarius that takes place at 11 degrees and 46 minutes of Aquarius and falls in your 12th house of imagination and dreams. You might find you have prophetic dreams at that time, or messages that come to you. Maybe there are projects you've been working on that come to completion. And then on the 4th of August, we have transiting Mars in Aries, which is in your house of income and money, squaring Jupiter in the sky, and Jupiter's in your house of networking and groups, and that expands the Mars story for all of us, which is very aggressive, combative energy, but also is very good for getting things done. And that day also, transiting Mercury exits the sign of Cancer, where it's been since the end of May, and enters the sign of Leo and transits in your house of work and daily routine and health regimen, and will be in that house until August 19th. So that's a good energy for getting more focused on your habits and what grounds you and keeps you healthy. And on the 5th of August, we have transiting Venus in Gemini in your house of home and family, meeting up with the North Node of Destiny. And Venus has been in Gemini since April 4th, and it was retrograde from May 13th until June 25th. And Venus retrogrades every 8 years in this sector of your chart, around home and family and around your emotional foundation. And it's an excellent time for finding your happiness at home, decorating, hopefully dealing with family in a positive manner. But it's been in this house for a while. It's going to exit, and it's going to enter Cancer, where it'll be until September 6th, and it's transiting in your house of romance and creativity and love affairs and self-expression. And that's a nice energy for meeting people, hopefully having a little bit of fun in this tough time. So that'll be nice energy, and that's a fellow water sign, so very compatible. And on the, on the 13th of August, we've got Mars making a very difficult aspect. It's going to square Pluto in the sky, and that's an aspect of war and combat. So we all want to lay low that day and take it easy as much as we can. And on the 15th of August, Uranus in the sign of Taurus stations retrograde at 10 degrees of Taurus. And that is, we feel the energy 5 days before and 5 days after. And for you, that falls in your 9th house of higher learning and education and hope and manifesting. So it could bring some insights, but it's going to be chaotic energy for all of us collectively, given that Mars clashes with Pluto 2 days before. So it's kind of the middle of August is going to be intense, but get things done, do manifesting work, and use this energy to launch things as much as you're able. On the 16th of August, we have very nice energy because the Sun in Leo trines Mars in Aries, and the Sun is transiting in your house of work and daily routine, trining Mars in your house of income and what you value, so that can be very productive. And Mercury in Leo is also forming a trine to Mars, so you can get a lot accomplished at that time. And on the 17th of August, the Sun in Leo meets up with Mercury, and that's excellent for pitching ideas and writing and communication. And on the 18th of August, we have a beautiful new moon in Leo that takes place at 26 degrees of Leo and defaults back to the total solar eclipse that took place on August 21st of 2017. And that was a total solar eclipse that was at the royal fixed star known as Regulus, and that is the Kingmaker and the Queenmaker. And that's a really creative, heart-based new moon. And on the day of the new moon, we've got transiting Venus in your house of love affairs and creativity, forming a beautiful sextile to Uranus and Taurus, and that's an aspect of opportunity that's very creative energy. So really positive, creative fire, creative new moon. Use that day to launch things, to set intentions on the 18th of August. And on the 24th of August, that's more of a challenging day, and that's a day when transiting Mars squares Saturn in the sky, and Saturn restricts and Mars wants to move full throttle and moves fully ahead. So it feels blocked and impeded. So that's a day where you want to focus more on tasks that need a lot of patience and discipline, but not something where you want immediate results. And people could get very irritated and agitated easily. So kind of avoid that energy if you're able. But on the 25th of August, we have beautiful energy because transiting Mercury will at that point be in the sign of Virgo, where it loves to be. That is, it's in its rulership. And Mercury is forming a trine to Uranus in the sky. And Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury and is the planet of ingenuity and brilliance, as well as chaos. But that's very inventive energy, excellent for brainstorming and really coming up with brilliant ideas. And on that same day, transiting Venus in the sign of Cancer forms an opposition to Jupiter, which can be excessive energy, but also is highly creative. So I think that's a really good day to launch things and to network with people and come up with ideas. And on the 27th of August, Venus in your house of love affairs is forming a beautiful trine to Neptune in your house of hope. So that's a great day for meeting people, coming up with creative projects, hopefully for romance. And on the 30th of August is more of a challenging day because transiting Venus is going to form an opposition to Pluto. And that can be a day of breakups and endings. And also Mercury is going to form an opposition to Neptune and in your sign of Pisces, and that could uncover secrets or information that was hidden. And that Mercury's transiting in your house of relationships at that time, opposing Neptune in your first house of self. So lay low on that date. And I wish you a lot of luck, Pisces. It's going to be a wild month, but a lot of energy to get things done, and take as much steps as you can before Mars retrogrades. Okay, thank you very much.